Namaste. So I had earlier uploaded a video that it was so dark. I took it back down. A couple of you saw it, so this is a redo of that. Anyway, this is about, there's Percy. It's about how to do some warm-ups so that you can meditate sitting on the ground with ease or on a cushion, okay? Of course, with meditation, you can sit on a chair, on a straight back chair. That's absolutely fine. But this is if you want to sit cross-legged, so I'm just going to show you some yoga stretches. So I'm going to move back just a bit. All right, so what I've done is I'm going to bring the feet up, soles of the feet together, right? And I'm holding the feet, and just, your knees may be up here. That means the hips are a little tighter, or here, that's fine. But I'm just going to gently bounce the knees up and down. This is called butterfly. And I'm going to talk as we do it. That'll keep you distracted. Okay, so just gently. This should not cause any pain. And in yoga, you should never feel any pain or sharp discomfort, okay? A stretching or a pulling is fine, but never anything sharp. And then so I'm holding the feet and I'm just pressing the knees down. Sit up nice and tall. And if you can, bring the feet in quite close to the pelvis, okay? You may not be able to do that, but even as I'm doing that, my heels are about 2 inches away from my body and my knees are pressing down, and I can really feel the inner thighs stretching. So just trying that, sit up straight. Inhale and exhale. Okay. So that's for the hips. Straighten your legs and just shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And point and flex your feet. Can't really see, but yeah, pointing and flexing your feet. Okay. So, before we go on, that relaxed me. Sorry, yawning. All right, so I'm going to go a little this way. So I just cross my legs at the ankles. I'm going to take my left arm, put it on the floor, right arm up, and then just curve over to the side. And breathe. So wherever you are is fine. In each yoga posture, there's an area of stretch or sensation that you should be focused on. So never sacrifice the form of a pose just to get further. So I'll give you an example. It is nice if you can go down to your elbow, but not if you have to lift the hip up, and then you're not getting the stretch, which is the main point. So wherever you get a stretch, whether here or here or here, okay? Breathe. Try not to curve forward. Okay? You always want the spine elongated. So even though you're going sideways, elongated spine, come on up and exhale. Let's do other side. Right arm down, inhale left, exhale. Okay, now I'm actually noticing for me it looks like this side is a little bit easier. So just breathe. You always want the shoulders away from the ears, so you never want to hunch your shoulders up. That's another thing. So spine extended, not rounded. And look forward and out. Or you could look up towards your hand, but forward and out is a little bit better. I'm spreading my fingers wide. Inhale, exhale, and then come on up. Good. And just pause and notice how you feel. Okay? Breathing in and out. The point of yoga in the West, we've sort of made it just into an exercise, like, you know, an ab thing or a butt thing. Yoga, especially in the 60s and 70s, it was introduced into America before that, but the physical yoga, hatha yoga, it was taught relatively slowly, and you'd hold and you'd relax, and the emphasis was on relaxation. Now as society has moved on, what I've noticed, just because I watch videos from that time and then through when I started teaching, it's become much more fast-paced. So the yoga itself has changed to fit the society because we're such a fast-paced society. But what often happens is you lose the element of the relaxation, which was the initial point of the yoga, like was the first level, I should say, of the yoga. without that relaxation aspect, it's not as powerful. So let's take another stretch. What you're going to do is you're going to take the right leg, you're going to support your knee and grab your foot. And so you're basically going to try to bring your shin bone parallel to your torso as much as you can. So this might be quite hard for you, or it might be easy, and then we're just going to rock. Okay, so I'm supporting my foot and my knee and just rocking, so stretching the hip. And then see if you could bring the foot up a little higher. Do this, and you're always taking some deep breaths, deep yoga breaths. If you can, if you're fairly flexible, bring the foot into the crook of the elbow and go like that. Now this is pretty hard. I've actually lost a lot of my flexibility because I had a medical thing where I was just being very careful. And so I stopped doing yoga as physically active as I typically did. So I'm actually a little bit stiffer, quite a bit stiffer. I'm like, oh, I'm stiff. But I mean, probably not relative to the rest of the world. But breathe in and out. So yeah, I may not have that bendy flexibility, or you may think I do, but I have been doing more Kundalini yoga, which is less stretchy. It's just a different type of yoga, so you tend to be it tends to build a little bit less flexibility. So I grab my foot, the bottom of my foot, cradling my knee, and I'm rocking. Okay, gently. So it's not, you're not jerking. Okay, it may be a small movement for you. That doesn't really matter as long as you feel a stretch on the outer thigh and in the hip. Okay, you do not want to feel any discomfort at your knee. Okay, you never want to twist the knee. And so I really hesitate to even show you this, okay, because you do not want to feel any strain at the knee. And so we're just rocking. Great. So you can see this would open up the hips and stretch the hips so that you can sit to meditate. Breathe in and really stretch your legs straight. And then I'm just going to bounce the knees up and down gently. Okay. So let's see, we've done the side stretch, we've cradled, we've done 2 hip openers, and there's a lot of different things we could do. Let's just do Janu Shirshasana. I'm going to bring the right foot up. I'm bringing the foot towards the inside of the left thigh, and we're just going to, you can bring your arms up. Inhale, and then just exhale forward. And inhale. I'm straightening my spine and exhale. Now, beginners, or if you're a runner, runners tend to be very stiff. I'm just grabbing like right on my knee, okay? You're not pressing down on the knee, or right below the knee, okay? And you would hold and breathe. If you can reach towards the ankle, or halfway, most people would be somewhere between below the knee and above the ankle, that's fine. Again, the stretch point here is back of the leg, back of the left leg, the hamstrings. So as long as you're feeling that, you're in a good position. So the compromise that you don't want to do would be, some people think they have to touch their toes. So to touch their toes, watch what they would do. They then go and do this, and they struggle, and they basically sort of deform the pose, okay? So it would be better, see, actually you can see me well sideways, it would be better to keep your back straight and just go less far. You're going to get a better stretch and a better opening and a safer opening of the body, okay? So you can hold and breathe. Inhale and exhale. And the first part of your body that should touch, and you're probably going to laugh because you're like, yeah, that's the part, is your tummy. Your tummy should touch. Don't think of bringing your head to your knee, even though that is the name of the pose. Because again, if you think of that, you'll round and duck your head. And we never, there's literally like one yoga pose where you're rounding forward, and it's very specific to open up the back and open the spine, and then you would counteract it. So generally, you never want to round your back like that. Okay, so it'd be better to stay up high and then release. Let's do the other side. So bring the foot up to about the thigh, wherever you can. All right, and then you could bring your arms up and reach forward. I look forward, I look forward, and then like if this is where you stop, just hold the leg, right? And you should feel a nice sensation of stretch. It should not be painful, nor should it be unbearable. Okay, so inhale. Exhale. Make little, what are called in Kapala, little micro movements. Breathe. Now what happens if you don't force the body, but if you just breathe, is you will find you go further and further and further, even in a minute or so. So you don't force it, but as you breathe, if you take a deep yoga breath, inhale and exhale, your body will release and you'll go a little bit further. And also then the sensation of stretch won't be uncomfortable, because as you breathe through it, it's actually very pleasant. You can feel that the body is opening up a little bit. And exhale. On an inhale, if you have any back problems, you could just walk your hands back up. And if you had back problems, you could just walk forward. Right? If your back is fine, you could lift the arms and come up. Okay, so those are some stretches that will help you start to get comfortable in a seated position. So I'm just going to quickly review, right? We did butterfly. You can just, you grab the foot, you up and down with the knees. And then we also held it and just press the knees down, and you'll feel a stretch there. We did, you know, just bending over. I think one teacher just calls this palm tree, where you're just stretching. And we did that, and we held. We did Janu Shirshasana, forward bend, both right and left. And I think I didn't leave anything out. But these are some simple ones. So when you go to sit to meditate, okay, the easiest is to just cross the ankles in front of you. Okay, for a lot of people, yeah, they'll literally just cross. The knees might be higher up. If your knees are high up, what you'd want to do is take a cushion or a blanket and put it under your knees, okay? So the easiest would be if you had 2 pillows, but I'm just going to show you what you would do, and you could do this on both sides. Basically, if you're sitting to meditate and you want to sit on the ground or on a cushion and your knees are really high up, you'd want to support your knees. So you'd want to put under each knee a blanket or a pillow so that that knee is relaxed, okay? And I put on both sides, okay? I just don't have another blanket handy to grab, but that's what you would do. And I'm going to show you how you sit on the meditation cushion. It seems basic, but so this is a meditation cushion that I have, and it's a nice high quality one, and it comes with, this is the Zafu, and I have the Zabuton, which is the big square that this rests on. So I just want to show you, if you have a meditation cushion, or if you're using a sofa cushion, when you sit down, you don't sit all the way back on the cushion. You sit about halfway forward, and when you cross your ankles, your back should actually have, my back has a very slight arch. Now, you don't exaggerate it, right? But it has a slight arch, and you relax your belly, okay? So my ankles are crossed, the knees are, in my case, they're down on the ground, but the back, it's easy for me to sit straight this way because of the tilt of the pelvis, okay? So for a lot of people, if you didn't use a cushion, what would happen is, and the cat's doing yoga too, your back would end up rounded. So the point of the cushion is, it actually helps your posture by tilting the pelvis, right? The pelvis rotates forward, and it's easier to sit up straight, okay? The head is level. So, again, if you're sitting to meditate, you could, sorry, my pants are so sort of baggy and loose, but what you could do is take one foot and tuck it in between the calf and the thigh. That's actually fairly comfortable, okay? And if that's not comfortable for you, the easiest is called Sukhasana. You just sort of, the ankles are just crossed one in front of the other, but again, that's going to depend a lot on your knee flexibility and your hip flexibility as well. So do what works for you. Remember, if your knees are up high, put a cushion under them, or just sit on a chair. Feel free to check out my free course, Mini Zen, which has 3 courses, 3 techniques from my full meditation course, and it is online. It's delivered to you by email, and it's audio and video that you can follow along with. And the full course is a 5-week course, and it's called Black Girl Zen, and it just specifically aimed to encourage women of color to start meditating. I mean, anyone can take it, but it's just geared towards bringing African American women to try meditation, especially for stress and so on. So hope these techniques helped in terms of how to warm up your hips and make it more comfortable to sit. And again, remember, you can just sit on a straight back chair. What I mean by that is not in a recliner, but in a chair with a straight back so that you can keep your back straight and tall. All right, namaste. If you have any questions, leave them below the video. Thank you. Bye-bye.